Hi everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and today we are going to do something just a little bit different today. First I want to show you, I just have to show you these. These are a few of the most recent puppy dogs I did, and I think I actually showed you guys this one already. Is he not the cutest thing ever? I'm certain I've already shown you him. But I did recently make this cutie, and I'm learning now how to properly proportion the legs. I mean, they're still a little cartoonish, which is kind of what I want, but I've learned how to do the legs a little bit better so that they're better proportioned to the head and the body and all that good stuff. Isn't he adorable? We call this one Lucky, and he's got a little four-leaf clover hanging from his little collar there. And we've shown you this one. And then I made this little girl last night while I was sitting down watching TV, and I think she's just adorable. So I thought I'd show you guys. Look at, she's just a little white puppy with a little pearl necklace, and she has a little bell hanging from her collar here. And I did put glasses on her and a little pink bow. Is she not the cutest thing ever? I just love her. I did not, now the legs on this one I think are perfect. I did not get her legs quite as long as I should have. You can kind of see there. But I think she's still in pretty good proportion to her body and everything. And I think they are just adorable. So, brother and sister. So this is Lucky, and this one I have to think of a name for her, and I'm gonna think about that and decide before I sell her. So I'd like to kind of make a little card or something that says, that gives you the name of the puppy, and you know, just a little quote or something to go with it. Just, I thought that would be cute. So I don't have any of these in my shop yet. They may be in the shop by the time you guys see this video, but I'm also making some for my youngest of my grandchildren, the youngest 4 of my grandchildren. So yeah, so I'm working on that as well. I had 2 of them pick out from the ones that I've already made, and 2 that I have made for, and they're not going to pick. They're going to get what Grandma gives them because they're only 3 years old, and so I'm going to pick those out based on their personalities, and that's kind of what I decided to do with them. So actually, let me put these behind me here so that I don't mess them up. And then I also did another nightlight here, you guys. It's so, so, so pretty. And I think what I'm going to do, if I put a light up under here, you can see how gorgeous this nightlight is. I don't know. Well, I wish I could turn off the overhead light here. But that's kind of more what it looks like with the light that's in it. But at night, oh my gosh, the colors look super duper vibrant, and I will include pictures on the back end of this video to show you how really, really pretty this nightlight turned out. But it is a Cardinal. Isn't she beautiful? And this one is just an image I found on Pinterest, and I resined it to the back piece and resined over the top of it, and then I added a pearl neck, part of a pearl chain, you know, around the edges, and just added this, and I think it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's not real elaborate, it's just more simple. So I wanted to show you guys that because I thought, guys, I want to show you, Jeff just came in and he showed me a pen that he just made. Now, you guys, this is the most beautiful thing ever. This is authentic olive wood from Bethlehem. And he's making these pens. He bought some blanks, a whole bunch of blanks, and he's making some different things. He's making these pens. He will only have a few of these kind of pens. Some of them, I know we've got this one. This is like a gunmetal gray metal. And then he's got a gold one he's making, and I think a chrome one. I'm not sure. He's only got a few of these. These are click pens, and they're super nice quality click pens. But look at that olive wood, you guys. He turned it on his lathe, and each pen's going to come with this certificate of authenticity. It's genuine Bethlehem olive wood. The certificate assures that this item is made from authentic olive wood that comes from Bethlehem, the place where Jesus was born. The wood that we harvest comes from the pruning of the young trees, the sprouts from the trunks of old trees, and unproductive trees. No trees were damaged in the process of harvesting the olive wood used. And it's live trees are slow growing and can live hundreds of years. That's why they get the name, the immortal tree. So isn't that awesome? This is beautiful. And so one of these cards will come with each one. He got the blanks that he buys come with a card for each one, for each blank that he turns. So isn't that gorgeous, you guys? Look at that. Oh my word. So these, some of these will be in my Etsy shop. I don't know how long these ones will last, you guys. I'm being honest. Jeff will also be telling his friends and family and everybody about these pens, and I know sometimes when he does that, they tend to go real fast. So they go into my shop and then they come right back out. But I also sell things, unique pens and things like this usually go relatively quickly in my Etsy shop. So if he doesn't sell it to somebody, I know that my shop will. But I wanted to show you guys and show you that we are going to have some of those in my Etsy shop. Thought it was real pretty. So today what we're going to do, I have done these compact mirrors in the past, and I love making them. My friend Sherry sent me some compact mirrors to alter. Now, I did this one, but I really am going to use these mirrors, which come like this. They're like the ones that Michael's used to have, only they don't have those rhinestones inside of them, which is better for me, because I always try to paint the tops and then go from there. So this one I did paint, and then I added one of my decals to the top. And isn't it beautiful? It's very, very simple. I haven't done anything else to the top yet except put the rhinestones around it. But it's really, really pretty. And I'm holding it aside because I'm not exactly sure what more I'm going to do to that one. These are some business card holders, and also came from Sherry. She sent me these quite some time ago, and they had a team logo on the fronts of them. So I spray painted the tops and left the bottoms silver, and I'm going to have to go over these with some alcohol and get them all nice and shiny and stuff, because they've got my fingerprints all over them. But I grabbed a couple of these, took them out today, and we are going to create. I've already cut this decal out. I am going to cut another one out, and I'm going to do this one from scratch because I just want to show you guys kind of how I do it when I'm trying to size something up. And I check marked right here because I wanted to remember which flowers I wanted to use. So what I do is I will take this, and I really want to try and get both roses in, but I really want to get some of those leaves in there too. So I'll take that and put it where I think is best. And I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to just take my marker here, and I'm going to draw a couple of lines across the top. Okay, just like that. So it's drawn on there. I don't care that the lines don't meet or anything. That's not a problem. Take my scissors here, and we're going to cut inside of the black lines. So I'm just going to take my scissors and go inside the lines. And you'll see I'm cutting a tiny bit of that rose off. That's okay. These were some decals that I recently ordered. And I actually ordered them on accident. I was getting some other stuff and I had these in my basket, but I thought that they were not checked off. And when I purchased some other stuff, I ended up purchasing these too, but I think they are absolutely beautiful. And I have been wanting some red roses decals, and that's why I had them in my basket. But I didn't intend on purchasing them quite yet. So there we go. And I'm going to do 2 red business card holders. That's just what I chose to do this time. I wanted to make 2 of them, and I wanted them both to be red. And so that's what I'm going to do. I just love, I love red. I love red. I don't use a lot of red in things, but I do love it. And I always think everything that I make when I do it in red just turns out gorgeous. So we're going to do red today. I just am feeling it. So that's what we've got. And I think that one will go that way. Make sure you know where your opening is so you know which direction you want to put your flowers. And so we've got both of those ready to rock and roll. The easy thing to do is putting these decals on. So that's the first thing we are going to go ahead and take care of. So just peel that off the back and get it situated the way you want it. And having that white behind there is just going to make this pop. And let's see. I'm going to take it just like that. Rub it across. Just like that, and just rubbing it down, getting any bubbles out of the center, making sure that you don't have a whole bunch of spots where you've got big old bubbles in it. Okay. And I'm especially rubbing hard against the edges where we're going to peel this back, because we want that to stay down. Because once you get those edges to stay down, the rest of it usually stays down pretty good. So I'm going to take this corner here, and you can see it's hanging on there pretty darn good. Nothing's coming up with the plastic. And there we go. Voila. Now that is pretty just like that. I mean, really, this doesn't need anything else. But what I am going to do, I don't usually like much of this to hang over, and I can peel that back just a little bit there and cut off a little bit of that extra vinyl that's on there. Just like that. Just that little piece of that leaf, it was sticking up a little bit. So we don't want that. We want to take anything that's sticking up, we want to go ahead and get it off of there. And we're going to go ahead and put this one down as well. And I've got it in the direction that I want it. And right there is where I want it to go. Try, and if you're thinking about it, try and rub it down from the middle out. That's the best way to put these decals on, you guys, because you're going to get the best results and the fewest bubbles underneath the vinyl. So I didn't get much on this one. There's a couple of little bubbles that I can see, but that's an easy fix. So we will take care of those. And honestly, I have, gosh, I don't know if it's in here or not though. I have a little plastic piece that actually is quite helpful in pressing down your decals, but I don't want to press too hard with this because I don't want to scratch it. So you can see I'm just kind of going here through the middle, pressing on a couple of these bubbles. And it's best to do this over the top before you peel back the plastic, which is what we have on this one. Just like this. Okay, now I'm going to take this edge here, I guess, and you can see it's sticking down very, very well. And anything that's hanging off the edge, if it's like a little extra bit, will stay on that plastic, and which is a good thing. You want that to come off if you can get it to do that. And then I'm going to take right here this little piece of the stem. We don't want that there. Don't need it. And I'm going to go across here and see if there's any little bit that I need to get off, especially in this front side where you're going to be opening and closing this. And see, I can see it's stuck down because it's stuck to the other side. So we are going to open this, and we're going to do the same thing with the other one. We're going to open it, and we are going to cut. If I can grab these little tiny scissors here, which is what I need. We're going to take these little scissors, and we're going to go over that edge in the front. This is why I say, especially in the front, is where you want to peel back anything that you feel is kind of a hangover situation. Okay, so now I'll press it down, and we're going to need to do that on this one too. And really the only parts that are going to be hanging over are the parts that had part of the design on them, because that's, you can see when you're looking at this and you see the shine, you can see in between those flowers and those bits of the design, it's matte finish. That's because there's no plastic there. There's no vinyl right there. It's only where the flowers are. So only part that's going to be sticking over is parts that have writing or part of the image attached to it. So yeah, it's real easy to get that off of there. All right, so there we go. We have two beautiful, beautiful business card holders. Now you could take this, give it to a friend, and they would love it just like that, I think. I mean, I would. But I want to just dress it up just a little bit and make it, you know, make it a little more snazzy. I was thinking I've got, what did I do? Hold on, I'm going to go get it. Okay, everybody, so I just pulled together a few items that I can use to dress up the tops of these. So I just kind of pulled out some of my rhinestones and things and thought, okay, we're going to make something here. I don't know that I want to take this apart because this is so beautiful to use in something else. It's the front of an earring. And I have actually got something else that I might want to use this in. So I don't know if I want to use it to do this because it's the last one I have like this. I only bought one pair of these earrings and they're so, so, so beautiful. I wish I had bought more, but they were a little more expensive than some of the other ones on Temu. So I just bought the one set because I really wasn't even sure how much they were going to look great or whatever. So I don't think I'm going to use that, but I do have a little velvet bow here that I could use if I decide to on one of them. So before I do that, you guys, these are some other little rhinestoney things that I took out to use. Got these in Happy Mail. So we'll take those out too. Okay, so this one here, this is a butterfly that came from a rhinestone chain that I have that Sherry sent me. And I'm going to dress her up a little bit since we've got these beautiful, beautiful business card holders that have these gorgeous red flowers on them. I want to... I'm looking to see if there are some tiny, tiny bubbles on this, but I don't know that I'm going to stick a pin in all of those little spots because I think it's going to settle down with time on top of this lid. So I think I'm going to leave it. It's just nothing that you can see unless you look at it a certain way in the light. So I think I'm going to leave these alone the way they are because they really are beautiful. So let's go ahead. First things first, we're going to take this. You guys, if you can believe it, I've already used all of the resin that I got from Sherry at the holidays and all of the resin that I got from Gwen. It's crazy. Gwen sent me four bottles, I think, and Sherry sent me like 8 or 10. It was crazy. But that's okay. We're gonna get these, and we're gonna, in the little holes that are on this butterfly, these little spots here on each wing, we're gonna drop one of these teardrop rhinestones. Part of me, I'm going to try this. Robin sent me these rhinestones, and they're so beautiful. Part of me wants to see if I take these off, and if I'm going to do that, I will do that off camera. But if I take the outer pieces off, just by folding those back. So there we go. We've got our little metal piece. And these have a silver backing on them already, so I think they might lay into the butterfly a little bit better without that backing. So we're gonna, yes, it absolutely lays in there better. So I'm gonna take these off of these three, and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I got these all out of their casings, so we're just gonna drop them each right in their little holes. Make sure they're sitting in there nicely. Hold on, I'm going to turn my fan off because it's actually getting cold in this room. And I don't want to be cold. So I also have all these rhinestones. I just realized that. We'll take those out just in case. All right. I think I'm going to be fine with what I've got out here, honestly, but I might be able to use 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of those tiny rhinestones to fill in some gaps if needed. Those are great for that. And those are some that my friend Robin sent me. Again, Robin has sent me a lot of beautiful, beautiful rhinestoney things. And I use them as fast as I get them. It's terrible, but it's true. Okay, so thank you, Robin. Here we go. I've got a piece of silicone mat underneath this, just so that you can see. I'm using that for protection. And I want to get these out of the very center piece because I want to put something in the center. So I'm just going to drop, literally, and see, I touched that rhinestone and I did not want to do that. I'm usually pretty good at not doing that to myself, but I did it that time. But you know what? No damage. We're good. Okay, so for right now, we're going to put our lamp over that and get it at least started curing so that I don't have to worry about pieces falling out while I'm working. So I think that'll do for this moment. So you can see it did not stick to the back. However, I'm going to put this on the back and over that little spot where some dripped out so I can peel it off of my silicone and also not get it on some of my other bits and pieces. So I'm just kind of laying that across the lights here on the back side and put it over my mat here so that it can cure that drop that dripped on there. Okay, and that should peel right off. See? Okay. Alrighty, so we've got our little rhinestones in the butterfly. You can see they're in there very, very well. And I might take these pieces off and use them in different spots. In fact, I'm sure I'm going to end up doing that because I want to kind of move everything sort of around. Now, I'm probably going to break these little rhinestones on the edge of this, which is fine. Just the two that are on the very edge, because I cannot cut that off without cutting those because they're so close to the hard section of this butterfly. So there's nothing I can do to avoid that. Same on this side. Okay, so we'll just take those out of there. And I'm gonna that leaves me some tiny rhinestones that I can use and drop in somewhere. Uh-oh, those just went flying. Okay, that one we're going to leave just like that, but I do have a few of them here that I can still use. And I think I'm going to try to cut this, at least this one off, and not let it go flying. So I've got two that are doing okay. Now these two appear to be sort of stuck together, so we'll leave those together. Okay, and the other ones, I have no idea where they flew off to, and they are so small I will never find them, so I'm not going to worry about those. Okay, so now what we're going to do, which one are we going to do first? Let's see. Let's do this one. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I think I'm going to find a spot for our little butterfly here. Oh, I do want to put something in the middle of this, and actually that one with the two rhinestones would be perfect right there. So what I'm going to do, instead of just dumping, I'm going to drop a little drop on this stick and hope that it will come off of there and just run down between the clear rhinestones and the sides of this. And it's a nice little drop there. Okay, and let me grab a paper towel real quick. And put that aside. Okay, let me pop this on really quick over the top of that. These can go over here with all my clear rhinestones and stuff, and these can go over here. I don't want to go too far with all this stuff, you know. I don't want to cover up the roses completely, so I want to be a little bit methodical about how I do this. I think the butterfly would be pretty either right here kind of in the middle of the flowers. I think that looks really pretty. And then I could build something out like over here, like this piece here. I need to cut this. Well, you know what? That's awfully bright red to go in there. Yeah, that's super duper bright compared to the ones that are in this. So what we're going to do is we're going to snip a piece of this off of this edge here that we're not going to be using. And it's a more heavy-duty piece, so I've got to be really careful cutting this off. Okay, so there we go. We just have a little spot here with nothing in it. That's okay. But I'm thinking, like, if that was sitting out there like that, I can add maybe some green in there, or you know, something like this, and make it kind of like I do my little rhinestone. You know what? In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this like I would do one of my little rhinestone pieces, and I'll show you one of the ones that I've done. Actually, I've got two of them here. You guys saw me do these before. These are from when I did them. And I've got these two that I've made. Unfortunately, these are not in the colors that I need today, so these will not work. But I've got all the makings to do a new one. So why not, right? And I'm going to use this little fan down here as my base. And then we'll just kind of build around that if we can. Got this piece, which would be pretty. And I don't mind that it's silver on gold, you guys. I like mixed metals. I do not need all of my metal pieces to match. It's just not who I am. I like mixed stuff. So if I put that sort of right there, and then I can take, where did I see that? Oh, here. I can take and cut off one of my big single rhinestones and sort of put it in the middle. And that's an AB rhinestone there. So you can see I'm not worried about mixing stones, or I will probably stay with clear-ish and maybe some green with the red. If I could only hold on to things better, that would be awesome. Okay, I got that. And then I've got one of these pretty little AB rhinestones. See, it's just being able to hold things together while they're sitting here. I think what we're going to do, we're going to use a tiny bit of hot glue, because that seems to always work for me to keep things in place while I'm building. And that did not really want to stick. There we go. Okay, we got it. And then we'll put a little bit on the back side of this and hook it right there. Maybe just one of these teeny tiny rhinestones. I'm looking to see if I've got my little homemade rhinestone picker here that I made. I do not, but that's okay, because we're just going to take this little stick, take some hot glue, And we are going to make another one. Just make a ball on the end of that, and we're going to let it cool. But it has to cool all the way because otherwise it's going to be sticky and it's not going to work real well. It's just going to squish all around. So you can see I've got a little ball on the end of this stick. And that's hot glue, you guys. It's not wax. It's hot glue. But it does help me to be able to pick things up. And what I will do right now is I'm going to drop a little bit of resin right here. Right there in the middle. And I'm going to see if I can pick up this little clear rhinestone and pop it in the center, just like that. And it dropped in there nicely. And then maybe take this, let's see, we'll take this one and we'll put it right there. I'm going to put a drop of glue. I need to check and make sure I'm not too close for you guys here. Looks like you can see it pretty well, and hopefully it's not too close. I don't think so. That is a bit large there. That's too big. But we've got some other ones. Let's see. And we can use some of these red stones to kind of come off of there too, because they actually don't look too shabby. But I kind of want to I want to try and get some clear in between. So, let's see. That should be pretty right there. Again, that's an AB rhinestone, just a round one. And again, these are ones that Robin sent me. In some Happy Mail. She's been very sweet and just continues to send lots of pretty stuff. I've been lucky. Lucky between her and Sherry and all the other beautiful people that send me stuff. I have been extremely fortunate to be blessed with lots of donations to keep being able to do these beautiful, beautiful projects, because I would still be doing this, I think, regardless, but I just wouldn't be putting out you know, things that have quite so much bling and extra goodies in them. I'm going to put that one right there. And let's see. I think I'll take one of these little red ones and pop it right in here. And oh, we've got another pen, you guys. So this is the one I told you he was going to be making them in that gunmetal, and here's one in the gold. Same wood, but that's with the gold finishings. Isn't that gorgeous? These are such nice pens, you guys. They're really, really high quality pens, so you're not gonna miss out on quality there. So just so that you know, they are beautiful, beautiful pens. And I'm going to put those with my doggies so they don't get scratched. Okay, so there's that. I think maybe I'm going to see if I can pick that one up. Well, that didn't work so good. Let's grab our tweezers here. Oh, see, now I'm moving everything around. Oh boy. Except for that little centerpiece that went in there and stayed when I resined it. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We are going to throw down some resin here. I'd kind of like to put, let's see. I don't want to use that one. I think most of these are all going to be red over here. All right, let's see. Don't want that one there. This is a nice rhinestone piece here. But I don't want to cover the red one underneath. That's not what I'm here to do. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pop this in right here. Okay, let's see here. This one's a little bit big. I think that's the problem with that one. I do have this as well, and I think I might use that on the other one. But I want to get this done here. Oh, roses. That's what I was going to add to it. All right, guys, I need to pop a little more resin down here. And I'm going to put my lamp over it, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what we have so far, you guys. It's getting prettier. It's getting bigger. I'm going to add, let's see. This one just has a tiny bit of glue on it right here. I want to get that off of there. Okay, if I add maybe a little piece over here of red, because we do need some red over here. I don't know. Let's see. Let's get some of our roses sort of set around in a couple of spots. Oh, she got some resin stuck to her. Okay. Well, goodness gracious. There, and then we'll take maybe a little smaller one and put one there. The flowers look really, really pretty in there. But I've got to figure out how I'm going to get stuff to stick kind of to this little edge here, because it's just blank. The little fan probably was not the best choice to use on this as far as building on, because it's too small. It's too small. Let's see, how are we going to do this? I can pop that one in there, or right over here. to finish filling in that side, and that side would be done if I can get that to hold. So we're going to pop a little bit of hot glue right here on the tip of this and pop it right there. And then we'll place our rose right there, and that looks really nice on that edge. Okay, so then let's see, what can we do here? We've got this little rose. Actually, I wonder if I should maybe pop that sort of right there. It's going to need some glue because it doesn't want to sit on that edge. I can barely put any glue on this though, so, and see, moving it around is going to make other things fall off. Okay, where did the other flower go? Here it is. She needs a little glue too. I was thinking I could just leave her sit there, but that's not going to work. And then I also dropped the one that was right there. I don't know if this is it or not. But we will put that one right there. I'm not going to put glue on it. And then I really just need to see where I can get, you know, initially I was going to put one of these somewhere in here, and I think what I might want to do is have that sort of coming off. But see, now it wants to take part of that away too, so that's kind of not great either. So I can take this one though, this one will work, and just kind of have that one coming off of it somewhere. Alright guys, I'm gonna pop a little more resin down here. Right there. Pop the light on for just a minute. Yeah, see, on these other ones, some of them I used like a big, oh, you know what? I forgot about my other flowers. That's what I didn't do. That's where I'm having a problem, because I was using my other flowers in the other ones that I did. I do have this piece. But see, if I pop that under there, this is going to sit way high. And then I have to really cover up a lot of that to make it work. I am just not thrilled with this piece. I think I might put that to the side for a minute. And maybe, hang on. Okay, so here's the thing, you guys. I went ahead and I put this together, and do you know I spent hours trying to get this just the way I wanted it. And so I am not adding that part of this project to the video. I've already done a video on how I put these together. My problem was getting all the right colors in the right places and finding some little in-between pieces that would work with this. And I finally got it together. I wanted some green at either end, and I did find my little green pieces, and we're going to take this and we're going to put this right there on the top of this. All we're going to do, honest to goodness, you guys, we're going to make it simple. This video is almost done, actually. I am going to take, I'm not going to add any glass glitter to this. I don't want to glass glitter this. But what I am going to do is I'm going to add my resin to the top part of this, because we want it to be strong, we want it to be protected, and so We're going to add our resin there, and okay, I don't see my paintbrush, so we're going to grab another one, and we're just going to sort of move this resin around on the top, trying not to let it run down over the sides. That's going to be very important on these, you guys. I may have put a little bit too much resin on here, and I shouldn't have done that, but I'm going to try and keep it from running over the edge. I do have to get it right up to that edge because I need to get it to the edge of the decal. Because what my main purpose here is to get that decal so that it's on there and it's not going to go anywhere. So that's what we're doing this for, you guys. So I am just carefully going up to the edge here and trying not to let it puddle anywhere too much so that it won't run. Like I've got this section back here. I need to get this section covered. I just don't want it to run over those edges and down. And I want to do this. The thing is we do want to do this rather quickly, because the longer you wait, the more chance you've got that you're going to get these drips like I just got right there. I do have to check this before I put it under the light to make sure that I wipe off any area that it may have run over and dripped from, because I don't know where that drip came from. So I've got to find where it came from. I need to wipe that off. Okay, I need to find where the drip came from. Looks like it's coming right over the top where the latch is right here. Right there. I think that's where it came from. I don't think that I have any other drips anywhere. Right back there, there's a little bit. And back here, you have to remember we have a hinge back there, so we don't want that to get covered in a thick coat of resin either, because then it will stick. So we're going to take this. I should have already had it on there. We're going to pop that over under my UV lamp, or inside my UV lamp. We're going to wipe this edge one more time. And here I'm seeing this and I'm realizing this did go over the edge in a spot that could very easily stick and be a real problem to get to open. I'm going to set this under the lamp, and I'm going to go ahead and start curing this right now, like quickly. I don't know why this is sitting crooked on my table, but it is. I can tell. And I don't want to have it leaning in any way, and then I need to put that up there. And then dripping somewhere else. And I can't see the whole thing right now because it's under the lamp. And I will, when I pull it out of the lamp, I will take a look at it, and I will take my razor blade and I'll go right along that edge where I'll show you, where this opens. I'll take my razor blade and I'll go right along there while it's still down. I won't try to pick it up, and I will go along that area and cut with my razor blade and go all the way to the back on each side, just to make sure that I get any resin that might have stuck together cut out. And that should be all I need to do. So I'm going to go grab my razor blade and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got it out from under the lamp and you can see it's nicely resined all across the top. I'm going to just take a straight blade right across through here. And don't cut yourself, guys, okay? It's way too easy to cut yourself using these razor blades. You've seen the cuts on my hands recently. These razor blades are why I've had those cuts, because I've had to use them a few times. And I'm not always super safe with them. I don't always do it right, but it feels like I've got... These edges are just fine. And then I'm going to go to the back because you can see here, the back of this has wet resin. And I don't want that. I'm going to, after I open this up, I'm going to run and I'm going to wipe this down with my alcohol and get that off of there. So I can take this now, pop it open, and there we go. And I've got just a little bit right along this edge here that I should be able to get off without too much trouble. Okay, so I'm going to go do that and I will be right back. Okay, you guys, I'm so sorry. I took and I drizzled a little bit of resin right here. We're going to lay this right on top of that little strip, just a little drizzle of resin right there. And there are holes where that UV light can get right through there. And I want to make sure there's no wet resin underneath this, because I just cleaned it off on the bottom side, so I don't want it to end up getting sticky and resiny again. And I've got it under my lamp. I'm going to leave it under there for a few minutes, and or actually just a couple of minutes, and I will put it under there again before it's all said and done. And again, like I always tell you guys, at the end of a project, I almost always will put my piece under the lamp for about 5 minutes, sometimes top and bottom, in order to make sure everything is cured exactly the way I need it to be. So, so this will not be the last time I put it under the lamp. However, that is the last item I'm going to put on it because I feel like it doesn't need anything else. It's so beautiful just the way it is. Let me see here. There we go. And I forgot I needed to finish cleaning the inside of this, but I will clean the inside lip of this. There's a little bit of paint right here on the edge that I will get off of there. I don't know that I want to use this. The best thing to do if you want to get some paint off of something like this is to use some acetone or nail polish remover, and that will take that paint right off of there, and you won't scratch anything. Everything will be just fine. So that's what I will do with the inside of this. But outside of that, it's looking pretty good. Oh, see, it didn't quite stick down all the way. So what I need to do is just drop some resin in between here in some areas along the sort of outer edge of this, so that I can make sure it stays put. I'm trying to just let it drizzle down a little bit. Put that down. Put that back in place. Oh my word. Oh, it didn't go anywhere. Thank goodness. And let that sit under the lamp for about 5 minutes. We're going to go ahead and let that guy sit for a good long time so that it is for sure cured. I've also got these out here and a couple of my little white doves. I'm going to do something with these. I'm going to do some planter sticks with my foam doves. So that should be kind of a fun project to do. Trying to find a way to do a couple of maybe shorter videos that aren't quite so long, so that I can get a couple of videos out this weekend. And there we go, you guys. Look at how beautiful that is. I'm not using glass glitter on this. I don't like to use glass glitter when it's something like this that you have to work a little bit more to open, because I don't want anybody, you know, if there happens to be a little piece. See, this is not opening real easily. And that I do not like. I may have to keep this one for myself and do the other one for someone else. What I may need to do is to not resin over the tops of these. That might be the answer to that. So, but anyway, this one is gorgeous. I love it. I love the red. It's so pretty. Look at that. Those decals are just gorgeous. You can see nice and shiny from the resin. I do love having the resin over the top of it. I may have to find maybe another way to do that. What I can do, and what I should have done, I don't know why I didn't, is to put plastic on the inside. Take it, let me show you. See, this is just way too hard to open. And it might just be me. I'm trying to be super careful right now. Put a piece of plastic over here. Just let it go all the way across. Close this up. Resin it. And none of this metal down here is going to get touched. I would put tape across the back side, but none of this is going to get touched because it's all going to be covered by the plastic. So once I get this open, it's just a matter of pulling that plastic out, and voila, we've got a perfectly resined piece that's not going to be hard to open. So anyway, so this is this one, and that is all I'm going to do on this. I'm not going to do the other one today. I don't want to make this a long video, so I decided I would just do one at a time. So I've got that one done. I'll do another video when I do the other one and show you guys, or maybe I'll do a different one. You know, since we've already got this red one, maybe we'll, you know, this is the other one that I have. We could do this one, or we could do another one in another color. So either way, I'm fine. I don't mind. You guys, maybe you could make a comment. Let me know which one you'd like to see, whether you'd like this one done or another color, another design, another flower print, or what have you. With some of the other colors, I've got my porcelain flowers here. I did get another order in of these, so I do have some of these that I can use on the top, and I really would have loved to have been able to do that on this one. But these colors, do you know I got all of 2 white flowers in 100 flowers. Yeah, I ordered 100. 2 of them are white. I could add white ones, but the other colors just are not going to go with this red print. So I don't think I will. I probably will not do red on the next one. I was thinking I had enough of everything to kind of go on this. This would be pretty just like that. Just leave it alone. Leave it the way it is, and it's a nice flat business card holder that someone can carry in their purse. Won't take up a lot of space. opens very easily, and you can see I still have a couple of spots where I need to get the paint off on the inside, and that's just a piece of the decal that got left behind there. And then this one can be done, honestly. I might actually do that. I might just leave this one just the way it is, clean up the inside here, and I've got this one done. Leave off the resin from the top and just have this one just be a flat, nice design for someone who just wants to carry it in their purse and have all their business cards, their friends' business cards, and all that good stuff in it to carry around. So anyway, that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. God bless you all, and I will see you in the next one. Stay tuned for pictures on the back end. Bye-bye. God bless.